This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,300 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. Thank you guys so very much. Today, we are blessed to talk to one of the stars of NBC's BLINDSPOT. You guys know him as Del Toro, the wonderfully talented Michael Toe. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ash, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Doing great after that intro.
I mean, you know, you're a movie star, Michael. You're doing these big things. You're here, you're there. You're West Coast, East Coast, everybody's coast. So we appreciate that. Definitely.
How are you?
I'm doing awesome. So, Michael, what everybody was wanting to know was, what was the inspiration behind you wanting to become a movie star?
I loved acting when I was a kid, and I did it all throughout elementary school, and I was always like the lead in plays and all that sort of thing. But as an Asian American back then, there was no chance of this as being a career. It wasn't even, there was no hope at all. It was really just, I loved it. And for some reason, I stopped doing it in high school. I didn't realize why. Actually, a few years ago, my mom actually told me. She was like, "Oh my gosh!" So not that we didn't support you, but we stopped really. We were just so afraid that you were going to try to become an actor. And she finally admitted that to me. I'm like, "Oh, that's why we stopped. That's why I stopped in high school." So I was wondering why. So I left acting, and then. What happened? I used to have all those actor dreams, which is when you forget your lines and that sort of thing. Yeah. And so I still had them. I'd wake up and I'm like, oh, actually I'm not an actor. Why am I having those kind of dreams? Well, I think instead of being a nightmare, it's actually more of a premonition that I was going to come back into the business. And so I came back as an adult after being a financial planner, and I still am for many years. I said, I need to do something. I knew I needed to do my passion, and that was go back to acting. And I didn't know where it was going to lead me. And so I came back doing some small, some small plays and some small little things on some things on TV, just small little things that had I started out with doing some background stuff, and then just got more and more serious. And it started, and I said, all right, I'll keep doing it until I hit my plateau. And I haven't stopped since. And it's been 10 years now.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But for you, in re-entering this world that had, acting changes, it's like day and night. Every day is something new. There's something else on the horizon, and something else that you've got to study and figure out. But for you, what was the biggest struggle that you had to face, and how did you overcome?
Sure. One of the biggest struggles was I live in Boston now. Both Boston and New York, but the idea that, first of all, I was in a small market, and the idea that I was Asian in the business. This is back 10 years ago, which is very different than where it is now. Yeah. And so there was not anybody that I saw 5 people who looked like me and who were on screen, and they were like big movie stars like Jackie Chan, and there's really nobody kind of. It just wasn't a possibility. So that was the hardest thing. And when I went in for auditions, the few that I had opportunity of going in for were really stereotypical. And this was, 10 years ago when I don't think it's not that long ago, but there were auditions that would no way fly today. And so there was kind of like the Ken Jeong and Hangover type roles with, kind of a butt of jokes and making, very asexual, very, very, fake accent that people are laughing at. And so it was really tough to do that, because as a serious actor, I'm like, do I, what kind of morals, do I do acting in tough point to find out where that middle ground was, what was acceptable, what was not. And I came to the point of saying that, doing an accent or playing a foreigner, even though I'm a fifth generation American, was okay, because except I had to make sure to do it with pride and as true character, because those people need to be, immigrants and people who look different from foreign countries. They need to be represented too, but it's different the way, for example, someone from England is represented and someone from, China is represented. They're very different, and the view of accents are very different. You'll see, a British accent in Game of Thrones and James Bond movies, and for Asians, you see Ken Jeong in The Hangover. There's a very big difference, and that was the biggest struggle of, do I want to go into this kind of business that has people who look like me presented this way? And then my view was, all right, this is the way I need to be in here to change that. And that was my incentive to become a kind of true representation of myself and people who look like me. And that was my drive to represent.
Awesome. All right, you guys. So we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Michael Toe. All right, we're going to talk about, of course, his spot on that NBC hit show, BLINDSPOT. And, he's a part of a big project, and he's got a summer of amazing things that you guys have to be tuned to. So hang tight, and we will be right back. Care of is a subscription service that makes it easy to get your vitamins, protein powders, and more, personalized just for you and delivered straight to your door. Spring into a healthy routine. Give yourself support this season with a boost. Whether you're looking for energy, better sleep, to maintain stress, or something else to help you feel your healthiest, Care of's online quiz lets you know exactly what you need. The online quiz is now new and improved to learn if you're getting enough protein, fiber, and good fats to determine if you could benefit from Care of's new natural protein powders. Taking care of your health should be easy and convenient. It can be really hard to know what vitamins or supplements you should be taking, but Care of makes it easy to find out what you specifically need to be your healthiest. Experience the Care of difference. Track your progress with the Care of app and earn rewards when you remember to take your vitamins. Care of has helped me tremendously to maintain my weight and to achieve my fitness goals. I know that it can do the same for you. For 30% off your first Care of order, go to careof.com and enter AshSaidIt30. That's right, TAKECAREOF.com. Why? Because Ash said it. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. We are talking to Hollywood actor Michael Toe. Michael, you have had just a whirlwind season. This is your season. This is officially your season, and you have been a part of a lot of great projects. Let's talk about NBC's BLINDSPOT. How did that particular role come about?
Well, I was just finishing up a movie, Lucky Grandma, which is that just premiered at Tribeca, and my agent brought me in with an audition, and I didn't think too much about it because I was really focused on the movie, and ended up being in a crucial part of the season, and having scenes with Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, who is from Scarface and Robin Hood and The Color of Money, and so it was amazing to have some scenes with her, and I've been a big fan of BLINDSPOT since season 1, so it was awesome to have a pretty crucial and pivotal role in the arc of the season this year, and that was great. And then right after that aired a few months ago, then we had jumped right into Lucky Grandma, which just had its premiere at Tribeca on Sunday, and talking about a movie that's getting a lot of reviews. Got a great review with the Hollywood Reporter and all over with my red carpet stuff, and it's been a crazy ride.
Yeah, it's amazing, and congratulations on that Tribeca and AT&T Award for Lucky Grandma. Yes, congratulations on that. That's huge.
Thank you.
Really, really awesome thing. So, what is next for you, Michael? What is next on the board for you to do?
Well, we have Lucky Grandma actually premieres. We have a bunch of shows this week, and in Tribeca, and then we go to have our West Coast premiere in LA on May 9th, Thursday, May 9th. So come on down if you're in Hollywood. And then I'm shooting a TV show with Chris Evans, just coming off of Avengers, and I have a movie shooting with Ryan Reynolds later on next month, and 2 movies with Riz Ahmed and Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy coming on later in this year. So it's been a busy year. I love what I'm doing, and I really appreciate all the being asked to come on to your show, and it's been an exciting year.
Awesome. Now, last but certainly not least, Michael, what advice can you offer to any aspiring actors out there that maybe they've been just half-stepping and thinking maybe it's impossible, I'm too old, or maybe the industry couldn't use someone like me? What advice would you have for them today?
Well, you're definitely not too old. I started in my mid-30s, but when I took it on, though, I took it seriously. So that's what I recommend. If people feel that this is what they're meant to do, then they have to do it. Now that didn't mean that I didn't have my other job to pay my rent. I did that, but the thing is, what happened was I couldn't go out with friends or go out for drinks with the buddies after work. I was holding 2 careers at the same time, and I had to really focus on that. You can't become an actor and do it half-heartedly or half-assed. It just doesn't work that way. You have to train. I did all that. You have to put in the time. You have to keep watching what the new shows are to get the idea of what trends are out there, what the style of shows are, what kind of themes people are looking at, and also understand who you are truthfully, so you can find out where you fit in this huge Hollywood game. So I feel that people can, if you really know this is it, you can do it. You just have to give it your all. You can't do it part-time.
Gotcha. Wow, Michael, much more success to you 2019 and beyond. Thank you so much for coming through the show today. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Ash. I appreciate it.
Yes, and what's the best way for people to get in contact with you, Michael, and of course to follow your progress?
I'm all on Facebook and Instagram. I think it's michael.tow, T-O-W. You can message me or say hello.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Michael Doe, you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for all your downloads, the shares, the cares. It makes a huge difference. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is way better. Until next time, you guys.